Hey everyone, this is Deborah with Interactive Hail Maps. Today I'm going to talk about setting up your integration from Interactive Hail Maps to JobNimbus and backwards. JobNimbus to Interactive Hail Maps and what that relationship is. So to get started, I have Interactive Hail Maps. I'm signed in, and I also am signed in to JobNimbus. You can see here. So what I'm going to do first is add an API key. So under my the right-hand drop-down where you have your subscription name, choose Settings. And then from there, the very bottom of your settings list, choose API. And we're going to add a new API for Hail Recon. We'll tap Add API Key. And because Hail Recon is not a published subscriber of an API for JobNimbus, you're not going to see us listed there, but you can just type in, let's say, okay, let's just call it Hail Recon. And as far as the profile, that needs to be admin, and then save it. This API key will need to be copied, and we're going to paste it in Interactive Hail Maps. So I'm going to tap Copy, and then go to my Interactive Hail Maps account. You're going to find the API settings under My Account, top right corner, and Account Settings. And then choose Integrations. Go down to the bottom section where you see Integration Settings and Add Integration. Your choices are Zapier or JobNimbus. I'm going to choose JobNimbus and paste that API key there. There's no secret.
Then check each of the boxes to send photos, send address monitoring alerts, and send hail impact reports. And click Save.
All right, so that part's done. Now, this is the integration when I add a marker in Hail Recon's mobile app or Interactive Hail Maps browser. Then if it changes to the status of a lead, then I want that to automatically add a contact in JobNimbus. Or there's one more step to do. So in Interactive Hail Maps, I'm going to choose My Account and Workflow Settings. Under Canvassing is where I find my lead status. So I'm going to edit this status and tell it to send to integration and send it to JobNimbus. We'll select that and then tap Save at the bottom right. Okay, so let's test this so far. Let's go back to the Hail Maps. I'm going to drop a marker. Now, in order to trigger this update to JobNimbus, I must have a contact. Okay, so in the contact customer field, let's just type something simple, John Doe.
And then tap Save.
Now, the trigger is when this status changes to a lead, it adds a contact in JobNimbus as a lead. So let's test to see if JobNimbus has received this contact. I'm going to click back over on JobNimbus and go to Contacts and look at my list and look at there. John Doe, customer, there's his address. All right, so that part's done. Now, so the only update so far is that if I create a contact in Hail Recon and then it becomes a lead, then there's a trigger that says, hey, send that over to JobNimbus. Okay, so I've got that. Now, what happens when this lead gets a contract? Okay, we want to update that status back to Interactive Hail Maps. So here's how to do that part. So let's go back to Interactive Hail Maps. We're going to go back to the settings. So under My Account, I'll choose Account Settings. And into Integrations again. And this time we're creating a new API key at the top. These are access keys. So I'm going to choose Create New API Key, and we'll just call it JobNimbus. And save it. Now, we're not copying the secret here. We're actually going to go over here to this webhook. So I'm going to click there on Get Webhook, change this integration type to JobNimbus, and we want it to set the monitoring. So I'm going to just say 1 inch and generate it. So it generates this webhook. Now I need to copy this over to JobNimbus. I'm just going to hit the copy icon. We're going to go to Settings again. And this time we're going to go to Automation. And create this rule. So I'm going to choose Add Rule. And I'll call this Hail Recon from JobNimbus. That's just information for us. It really doesn't do anything as far as the settings. So the trigger is based on an event. The only other choice is time-based. So let's leave it at based on event. And when the contact changes or is created. So we're going to say created or modified. And if you need to set a condition, you can. You can say maybe when the status changes to lead. Otherwise, if anything happens on JobNimbus, then I want it to update to Interactive Hail Maps. So I'm going to create an action and choose Webhook. Continue. And I'm going to paste that webhook that I copied from Interactive Hail Maps here and save it. And tap Save one more time. All right, so that portion's created. Well, let's do a test. So I'm going to go back to my contacts and let's test this John Doe where the status is equal to a lead right now. And let's change it. So I'm going to choose Edit, change the status. Now, in order to get it to update to Interactive Hail Maps, the status names need to be equal. So I know I have a signed contract status. That's a default status name. I'm going to choose that one. All right, so now the status has become signed contract. Let's go look at Interactive Hail Maps.
It looks like that didn't work. Let's look at the workflow settings to check to see if the status name is the same as JobNimbus.
Okay, so I mentioned that the name has to be the same. Well, I don't have a signed contract under my workflow settings. Mine is called signed/sold. So let's change this name, signed contract, and save it. All right, we'll go back to JobNimbus and retrigger it to signed contract. Now let's look at Interactive Hail Maps, refresh the screen. There it is. Beverly Bates has been updated to signed contract.
Thanks for joining me today to learn how to set up a basic integration with JobNimbus. As always, if you have any questions, just give us a call. Have a great day.